I am preparing to counsel Sergeant Rivera for failing to provide leadership to his soldiers during command maintenance. Sergeant Rivera has been absent from the motor pool on the last 2 command maintenance days, leaving his soldiers to pull maintenance on their vehicle by themselves. The result was that the soldiers missed some of the critical items during maintenance procedures, and the vehicle subsequently failed a command inspection by the company commander. The company commander counseled our platoon leader on the issues. I have filled out the counseling form, DA Form 4856, with all the pertinent information, and I have instructed Sergeant Rivera to meet me at the platoon office at 1300 hours.
Sergeant Williams, Sergeant Rivera reporting.
Sergeant Rivera, come in. Have a seat at the table. Sergeant Rivera, how is Specialist Johnson doing after that run this morning?
Oh, I think he'll make it.
You did an outstanding job organizing and instructing the physical training session this morning. I really enjoyed the run, especially the challenging route. However, I brought you in today to talk about another area where things aren't going so well, and that is the area of vehicle maintenance.
Sergeant, I guess you're talking about my vehicle failing the inspection yesterday?
Exactly. I want to talk about the inspection failure, why it happened, and what you need to do to prevent it from happening again. I'm going to use a developmental counseling form to make sure that we cover all of the important points and to record our understanding and decisions. I've made some notes on the form about the purpose of this counseling. Here, you can see what I've written. The most obvious problem is that your vehicle failed yesterday's command maintenance inspection. I think that you could have prevented that failure if you had supervised your soldiers during scheduled command maintenance during the last 2 weeks. I was in the motor pool for each of the maintenance sessions and I did not see you there at any time. When I asked Specialist Kaiser where you were, she said she didn't know.
She should have known. I told everyone that I was going to be working on some other section business. Sergeant Williams, I have read what you have written here and I understand your opinion, but can I explain my reasons for not being in the motor pool?
Yes, go ahead.
I really didn't think that it was necessary to sit in the motor pool all morning watching over my soldiers when I could use the time to take care of other things, like preparing their monthly counseling forms and running a few errands. They had done vehicle maintenance countless times, they had the manuals, and they had access to mechanics in the motor pool. There was no need for me to be there watching over them like a mother hen.
Sergeant Rivera, what you have to understand is that young soldiers need supervision and direction. Perhaps they knew how to do the maintenance correctly, or perhaps they didn't. The bottom line is that they did not perform the maintenance correctly, and your vehicle failed inspection as a result. Had you been there to lead your soldiers and see that they performed the maintenance correctly, your vehicle would have passed inspection. You must lead by example, and just because you're an NCO doesn't mean that you don't have to do any physical work anymore. It shows good leadership when you get in there and turn some wrenches with your soldiers. Not only will they respect you more, but you will be setting a standard for performance and showing them how to do things right.
I understand that, Sergeant, but getting gigged on an inspection by the commander and first sergeant wasn't really such a big deal. We had the vehicle fixed later that same day.
Sergeant Rivera, getting gigged on an inspection by the commander and first sergeant is a big deal. If you are unable to complete simple and regular tasks like proper vehicle maintenance, it shows that you may not be ready to accomplish more challenging tasks.
Well, Sergeant, that does make sense.
I thought you would understand that a little better. Remember, the habits and standards that your soldiers practice during normal duties will be the ones they exhibit in more challenging tasks. If you make sure your soldiers know how to perform their duties, like vehicle maintenance, with your presence, example, and leadership to perform tasks to standard, then they and the unit will be more mission ready. This is what I want you to accomplish with your soldiers. I want you to make sure they really know how to perform operator-level maintenance properly, and I want you to exercise your leadership to see that maintenance is performed on time and to standard. Your vehicle should be ready to pass inspection at all times. So, what can you do to accomplish this?
Well, I guess I need to be in the motor pool during command maintenance.
Yes, but that's only part of the solution. There are some other things that I think you also need to do. Prior to the next command maintenance session, I want you to give the section a class on preventative maintenance checks and services and how to properly fill out the proper forms. As part of the class, I want you to test the soldiers on their understanding. During the command maintenance session, I want you to actively supervise and lead your soldiers. Additionally, after the command maintenance, I want you to conduct an inspection of your section's vehicles just like the commander and first sergeant would do on a command inspection.
All right, Sergeant, that sounds fair.
Okay, I'm going to summarize the main points of our discussion and the plan of action in Part 3 of the counseling form. I'm also going to list my responsibilities in the implementation of the plan. I will allow you time during the duty day to give the class to the section. I will also assist you when inspecting this section's vehicles and show you things to look for.
Sounds good, Sergeant.
Okay, Sergeant Rivera, last thing is to sign the counseling form. Remember, by signing, you are acknowledging that I counseled you on the things on the form.
Roger that, Sergeant.
Sergeant Rivera, you show a lot of potential to be a really good leader, so don't let this one discrepancy affect that good leadership.
I won't, Sergeant. I appreciate your honesty.
No problem. Now get back to work.
Roger, Sergeant.